What's up, guys? We're back at it again with the Lexus rebuild project, the one I bought from Copart as a crash damaged car. Today we are finishing off the final parts that need to go on the car. So we've done our wing bumper, headlight, wing mirror, front badge. We've got a few more bits in the post, and I also went to get a few bits from the main dealer themselves as well, just to source. As I couldn't seem to find them anywhere else, so we had to spend a bit of money to get the right bits for the car. But it's all coming apart today for the final time, and then going back together again before it needs to get painted as well. So let's get into unboxing the last bits for the Lexus build. So here we are, just about to unbox our next package. So just in here we have a washer bottle for the car. So where the bumper was pushed all in before, it did crack the washer bottle all the way through. So we got a new one of those. We've also got a few bits in this package as well. We've got a new bumper bracket just to support the bumper to the wing. We've got a brand new crash bar from Toyota themselves. Along with that, we've also got a headlight washer jet. So we're just gonna start off by taking the bumper all back off once again to get all these bits on, so we can make sure it's absolutely perfect for resale, as we don't want to sort of half-heartedly do any of this build. We want to do it all as it should be from factory. So we're just getting the bumper disconnected now, again making sure all the connectors are disconnected for the lights, the washers and everything as well. So we can just pull that bumper away, and then we're going to get into doing the crash bar, which we've got just here. And we've got our headlight washer just in this little packet as well. This headlight washer cost me £65 just for this tiny little plastic nozzle, because we couldn't seem to find a used one. The only used one I seemed to find on eBay was an outrageous £170. I have no idea why the guy thought he could get that for it. But just here, we've managed to slot that in, and it just clips in with a little clip underneath. So it just pushes in from the top, nice and easy. That fits into the top of the bumper. So you can see our bracket here, which we did just sort of cable tie in, so it was cracked before. Just to get it going for the moment, we've got a brand new bumper clip. We're just sort of having a look at the other side, seeing how it compares, so we know exactly how it goes on and fits in with the light as well, because the light sort of sits on top of the bracket. We're just going to get our old one off, snap those old cable ties off, we don't need those anymore, and then we're going to sort of check the fitment and the placement of this as well. We are just going to take this headlight out, as we can't get the bumper bracket sort of in with it in there. So we're going to take the headlight out and sort of jump around a little bit and see if we can do this washer bottle as well, and leave the bracket just for a second. We're going to get that crash bar off now. So there's the little black piece that sort of bolts to the top of the crash bar. So we're just going to loosen that off, and then we'll buzz the crash bar all out, and then we'll be able to pull that away from the car and see the damage that was caused as well. So now we've got all that off, I will be able to show you guys in a second. It cracked and split through there, so it bent it into the washer bottle and sort of split it right the way through. So again, just looking here, don't know if you can tell, again, it's all cracked and it has sort of bent round back. It's not too bad, but again, it's not right to leave it on the car. So you've got the new bumper bracket I have just whacked on very quickly there, without the headlight in. So that just clips in, and one screw, and then also the bolt goes through to hold it to the headlight. Just jumping over to the washer bottle, again, we've got a very hidden bolt just down here. There's absolutely hardly any way of reaching this bolt. I spent a very, very long time on this one bolt, and that's normally the way about cars. You spend way too long doing things that shouldn't take that long, unfortunately. So it's just a case of one bolt, and that probably took me 30 minutes just to undo this one. You can see me coming from the bottom with a ratchet spanner, trying my absolute best to reach it with anything I possibly could. And I will tell you now, this bolt is not going back in the car, because there's no way in hell I'm spending another 30 minutes doing that bolt up. There's another 3 bolts to secure it on, so it will be fine, I can promise you that. So we're just going to disconnect all the hoses from the washer bottle and the washer pump and things as well, and then it can just come away just like that. And again, you can see the split sort of all the way down the side as well. So we're going to transfer a few bits over. I think we've got the new washer bottle, which has all the connectors on there, but they've just chopped all the wiring. So all the wiring I will pull off and we'll use our normal wiring. It does have a new washer pump in there as well, which fingers crossed that works. So we're just going to connect everything up very quickly to the pump and the plugs on the front. So I imagine a level sensor and things as well. So we're going to hook all that up, and then we're going to go and test it inside the car. We're just popping our ignition on, and you can hear that pump working straight away, which we actually didn't before, so the pump must have been gone in our previous one even. But you can hear it working. I hope you guys can pick that up. So we do have a working washer pump, so it's just a case of filling it up with water. We're good to go, and we've got our fully functional washers for the car again. So after securing the washer bottle in place, it sort of hooks around the chassis rail from the front, and then we've got a bolt just down there in the lower part. We're going to sort of route all the hoses in the correct place, make sure everything's plugged in for the headlight washers as well, and then we should be good to go. There is also another bolt that sits sort of right behind there that we're just going to pop back in as well, but I can't do that with holding the camera as well, unfortunately. So we did just get that bolt in, screw it up. We've got the filler that we're just going to pop down, the washer filler just in there, and then we're going to fill her up with some fluid. I think I do have some washer fluid around somewhere. Lovely, winner. We're just going to top that up a little bit and fill it up with water, and once again check that there's no leaks and that our washers do actually work, which, fingers crossed, I've done everything correctly. You can't always be that fortunate, you can only hope. So we're just going to fill that with water the rest of the way, and then we should be good to go. So washer bottle all in, I have checked it, we do have working washers on the front. So we're going to jump straight into this crash bar now, which is a straight replacement. So it's literally a case of setting it there, buzzing all the bolts in, checking they're tight, and then we can start popping on this sort of trim bit that sits on top. I don't know exactly actually what this does, but it does sort of connect to the crash bar as well. We're just going to make sure that's all on, pop our headlight back in. Now that we've got our bumper bracket there as well, and one of the bolts will go through that bumper bracket just to secure to the headlight. And then we've got our foam trim that sits behind the bumper as well. Again, all cars sort of have these foam trims, foam pieces. So we're going to set that bumper on and then spend a long time of making sure everything is lined up correctly, and having a big fiddle around with all the sort of under trays, making sure they sit around in the right place. And the trims on top, I have to say, taking bumpers on and off, putting them on in particular, is probably my least favourite thing to do. Sometimes it can be so time consuming getting everything back on, but we've sort of skipped our way through it, and you haven't had to sit with me through the really painful parts anyway. We've got all our bolts in down the wheel arches, all the bolts in underneath. We're just putting the trim piece up on top, and we're all good to go. So we've got one more piece for you today. this has come very last minute, so it's a new day, but we have our final piece of the puzzle. This is a fog light trim. So we were missing one. I've no idea where it went. It's clearly broken, come off and crashed beforehand, but it has been missing the previous side. So this is a case of just pushing it in from the front. It's got a few clips on it, so we're just going to sort of push it in, make sure all those clips are situated nicely, and that is it. So we're all finished for today. We've got all the bits on. It was a long old time taking everything off again, especially that bumper, and putting everything back on, but it needed to be done, and it's all done properly as it should be, so it's ready for resale again. We have still got paint to do, so that will come next as well, and I will make a more detailed video going over all the costs and every single part as well, so you guys know exactly how much this whole build has cost, and then we'll be putting it up for sale and seeing if we can make a profit from it as well. So don't worry, we will go through all of those things as well. But if you have liked watching today, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, comment down below on what you'd like to see next, and I will see you in the next one.